Paulose Roman II Indian Orthodox Church. Catholicos Baselios Marthoma Paulose Roman II born K.A. Paul 30 August 1946, 12 July 2021, was the primate of the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church. He was enthroned as the 8th Catholicos of the Malankara Church and the 21st Malankara Metropolitan on 1 November 2010, succeeding Didymos I. Early years. Colonel Paul was born on 30 August 1946 as the second son of K.I. of Colonel House, Mangid near Pajanji in Thrissur district of Kerala, India. His mother Kunjiti belonged to the Pilakatal family. He was given the name Paul after his grandfather. He was baptized in Pajanji. He completed his preliminary education at the Mangid Church School until his 7th standard. He completed his high school studies at the Pajanji Government High School, which was established by the late Pilakatal Joseph Mardinisius Roman II. As a child, Paul attended church services regularly and became an altar boy at a young age. At 13, he was selected by his parish priest to be a part of the Order of the Washing of the Feet, which is done on Maundy Thursday by H.G. Paulose Marsevierios. In 1963, he completed his SSLC. Education. Paul studied for pre-university and obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in physics from St. Thomas College, Thrissur. During this time, he was an active member of the Ingoxam at his church. His spiritual calling was strengthened while studying for his degree. In 1969, Paul enrolled at the Orthodox Theological Seminary in Kottayam for his theological studies under the discipleship of Paulose Gregorios, T.J. Abraham Malpan, and N.K. Korothu Malpan. He received his GSD degree from Orthodox Theological Seminary and bachelor's degree from Serampore University. After that, he received a Master of Arts degree in Sociology from C.M.S. College, Kottayam. Priesthood. In 1972, Paul was ordained for the first stage of diaconate in Parumala Seminary. He was ordained a full deacon as D.N. K.I. Paul at Corte Zion Seminary. On 21 June 1973, D.N. Paul was ordained a priest as K.I. Paul. Paul celebrated the first Holy Qurbana at Mangad St. Gregorio's Church and served as vicar in the Mulapat Mar Baselios Mar Gregorio's Church for a short while. In 1983, Paul was ordained a monk priest Ramban as K.I. Paulose. Episcopate. On 15 May 1985, at the age of 38, K.I. Paulose Ramban was ordained as a bishop and was given the name Paulose Mar Milithios at Puthiakavu St. Mary's Church by Matthews I. He was the first Metropolitan after Gevargis Mar Gregorios and Puthinkabel Gevargis Mar Falxinos to be ordained to the bishopric below the age of 40. 4 other bishops, Matthews Epiphanios, Philippos Eusebius, Gevargis Ivanios and Thomas Athanasius, were also ordained with Paulose Milithios. A new diocese for the church, named to be Cunnapulam, was formed on 14 April 1985 by dividing a small part of the Kachai diocese in churches nearby to form the diocese. The newly ordained Paulose Milithios was appointed the Diocesan Metropolitan of the newly formed diocese. The Diocesan Center and Diocesan Chapel are part of his contributions. Enthronement as Catholicos of Malankara and Malankara Metropolitan. The Holy Episcopal Synod and the Managing Committee nominated him as the successor to the Catholicos of the East on 27 September 2006. Paulose Mar Milithios was enthroned as the new Catholicos of the East and Malankara Metropolitan at a ceremony at the St. Paul's and St. Peter's Church at Parumala on 1 November 2010, succeeding Baselios Marthoma Didymos I, who abdicated at the age of 90. Thomas Mar Athanasius was the chief celebrant for the Holy Qurbana of the ceremony. He is 21st Malankara Metropolitan and 8th Catholicos of the Malankara Church. The enthronement came almost a year before the Church officially launched the centenary celebrations of the 1912 establishment of the Catholicate in Malankara Church. At the inception of Catholicate, the first Catholicos was named as Paulose I. Now at the centenary of the Catholicate, the Catholicos is again. This is not a coincidence, but a great plan of God, said the principal of Orthodox Theological Seminary, K.M. George. Visits and meetings with the British Orthodox Church. In 2013, during his apostolic European maiden voyage, the Catholicos historically celebrated Holy Qurbana, 80 years since the first celebration of the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Qurbana in the chapel of King's College, London, with Pope Francis of Rome. In 2013, the Catholicos met with the head of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Francis, to congratulate him on his new papacy. Pope Francis thanked the Malankara Church and Catholicos, saying, "The Apostle Thomas exclaimed, 'My Lord and my God,' Jan 2:28, with one of the most beautiful confessions of faith in Christ handed down by the Gospels, a faith which proclaims the divinity of Christ, his lordship in our lives, and his victory over sin and death through his resurrection." This event is so real that St. Thomas is invited to touch for himself the actual marks of the crucified and risen Jesus, cf. Jan 20:27. It is precisely in this faith that we meet each other. It is this faith that unites us even if we cannot yet share the Eucharistic table, and it is this faith which urges us to continue and intensify the commitment to ecumenism, encounter and dialogue towards full communion. With deep affection I welcome Your Holiness and the members of your delegation, and I ask you to convey my cordial greetings to the bishops, clergy, and faithful of the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church. With Tikhon, Metropolitan of OCA. In 2015, the Malankara Orthodox Church invited the Archbishop of Washington, Metropolitan of all America and Canada, Tikhon Mallard, to speak at the bicentenary valedictory celebrations of the Orthodox Theological Seminary in Kottayam, Kerala, India. In that same year, Tikhon and Paulose Roman II met in Armenia for the 100th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide. With Archbishop Michael. In 2017, the Catholicos met Michael Dahilich, Archbishop of New York, and the Diocese of New York and New Jersey. While in Kerala, Michael visited various churches and seminaries. One of Michael's highlights of his visit to Kerala was visiting and venerating the relics of Thomas the Apostle with Patriarch Kirill of Moscow. In 2019, the Catholicos met with the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, Patriarch Kirill of Moscow, to discuss forming a working committee. During the meeting between the two church heads, an agreement was also reached to promote the study of iconography and liturgical music. Activities of youth organizations will be integrated and social activities are to be promoted, said the spokesperson. It has also been decided to improve cooperation in academic and media fields, he said. Fraternal visits, since 2012. In 2012, Paulose Roman II was invited to the enthronement service of the supreme head of the Coptic Orthodox Church, Pope Tawadros Roman II, in St. Mark's Cathedral, Cairo. Paulose Roman II was present for the Holy Eucharist and offered his prayers and best wishes to the Pope. 2013. In 2013, Paulose Roman II was invited to the enthronement service of the Patriarch Catholicos of Ethiopia, Abune Mattos. During a keynote meeting, Paulose Roman II spoke on the importance of the cooperation between the Ethiopian and Indian Orthodox churches in theological education and pastoral work. 2015. In 2015, Paulose Roman II was invited by Catholicos Aram I of the Armenian Orthodox Church to participate in the 100th anniversary. Earlier in 2010, Aram I was given the honorary award Order of St. Thomas. 2017. In 2017, Paulose Roman II was invited by the Syrian Orthodox primate More Ignatius from Roman II, who was visiting India, to a peace talk. The Malankara Church declined the offer and requested that the Patriarch should initiate the process for the implementation of the Supreme Court's verdicts first. Health. He was under treatment for lung cancer since December 2019. In early 2020, it was announced that Paulose Roman II was experiencing some minor sickness and undergoing treatments at St. Gregorio's Hospital in Paramala, Kerala, India. On 23 February 2021, it was confirmed that Paulose Roman II has contracted COVID-19 and undergoing treatments at the St. Gregorio's Hospital in Paramala, Kerala, India. Death. On 12 July 2021, it was announced that Paulose Roman II died in the St. Gregorio's International Cancer Care Center in Paramala, Kerala, India. He was laid to rest with state honors in a specially made crypt beside the Catholicate Palace Chapel at the church headquarters at Devalakam near Kottayam. A five-member Episcopal Council led by Senior Metropolitan Kyriakos Marklemes will manage administration of the church till October 14, 2021, when the Malankara Association, an apex body comprising priests and laity representatives from all parishes under the church, will convene to ratify the nomination of the next head of the church. Official title: K.I. Paul 1946-1972, 22. Deacon K.I. Paul 1972-1973. Reverend Fr. K.I. Paul 1973-1983. Very Reverend Paulose Ramban 1983-1985. His Grace Paulose Milithios Metropolitan 1985-2006. His Beatitude Paulose Milithios, Assistant to Malankara Metropolitan and Successor Designate to the Catholicos of the East 2006-2010. His Holiness Mar Baselios Marthoma Paulose Roman II, Catholicos of the East and Malankara Metropolitan enthroned on the Apostolic Throne of St. Thomas 2010-2021.